This tutorial is how to admit a new client into CaseManage. So from the Children and Youth tab, you're going to open the pre-admissions form. You'll put in the date of the request. Maybe it was yesterday, but you're completing the form today. You're going to select the referring agency, the placement worker, and the rate type. All of these should be already put into the system. I'm going to add the child's name. And their date of birth. If you don't have all the information, you can always go back to this form to add more information later on. The reason for placement. So again, you can go back and add information to all of these. There are some mandatory fields, so if you don't complete those, it'll show up in red when you try to submit. So it's important to complete this part here. Is the child appropriate for placement? And what kind of placement? And then you must select the foster parent or the home that the child is going to. The date that the foster parents were approved, how they're going to meet the needs of the child, all the other children and adults in the home, and then you're going to sign and date that today. And then click create new profile, or you can click email to send it to the worker. And I got a pop-up to say that I missed some mandatory fields. So I'm just going to scroll back until I find the one in red that is mandatory that I missed. The basis on which the child's in care. So I must answer that. And I think that's it. That was the only one that I missed. Okay. So I should be able to email or create the new profile now. It says this will create a new profile in the system. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. Okay, so that's been updated. I can still email it now if I want to. Just click on email. You're going to send the password to the worker, make sure their email is in correctly, and let them know that it's all in lowercase or whatever the case may be, and click send. Okay, so now I want to go to Children and Youth Reports and go to the waiting room, and I'll see that Tony West, that I created the pre-admission form for, is in the waiting room. So if this was a pre-admission that was done in error, you can click delete to get rid of it, but this is a pre-admission form, and once Tony's been admitted to the home, I'm going to approve him, and then he is going to go to the Children and Youth tab. So you can see that Tony is now here. Oops. And I'm going to click the unlock button there. You can see that he's active, and when I click the unlock, that this becomes available for me to edit. You can see that Rose was selected as the foster parent and Anne's the caseworker. And then you want to go in and make sure that that placement is complete. So I'm going to select Rose as of today and click Add Permanent Placement. Then I'm going to go to the placing agency and just make sure that this is in here correct. And it has the per diem rate of $400, but doesn't have the foster parent pay here. It does have the foster parent pay here as $80. So I'm going to go in and change this agency rate to $320, and then it'll automatically update the foster parent rate. So if you're having difficulty, if you're trying to update the foster parent rate, you can't. You have to update this amount here, and it'll automatically do the calculation for you. So that's as of today, and then I'm going to click Update. Okay, and now the child should appear on the caseworker's page. They can then add in notes or any other information, health cards. And if you want to go back to that pre-admission form, go to Reports, go to Children and Youth Reports and the Referral Report, and you'll see it here. Okay, so you'll see the email wasn't sent yet. So if I click on Tony, I can go back here and email it. And if I want to add any more information in here, I can add it in and then click Update Existing Profile. This will update the existing profile details. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. Okay, so now that's been updated successfully. All right. And I'm going to click that on. Oops. All right, you can see that it's active there. And when I click that green link, it'll take me right to the profile. And under the Settings tab, if you need support workers, you can enable them for WeSchedule and they'll show up on WeSchedule. If they have medication, you'll click here, mechanical restraints or personal assistive devices or SRAs or the Indigenous profile. You can click all of those. Then you'll see the medication, mechanical restraints, and personal assistive device all show up on this tab. And then under the profile, you'll have the Indigenous information at the bottom. All right, so if you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you.